Okay, so this is going to be the moment of truth right here as we put the GoPro right on the front of the board and see what the Hypersmooth actually does. This should be the most vibration that the camera is going to experience. Let's take it out. Here we go. How was it? I'm excited to see. Let's take this inside, let's chop it up, let's talk about it. Here we go. What's up guys? Welcome to Life of Acro. I'm Acro Brandon and this is my life. Today we're going to talk about the GoPro Hero 7 Black. I just got it yesterday. It was a rainy day, a great day to learn the specs and get the camera dialed in. Today it's still cold, but the roads are dry, no more rain, and I really want to try out the camera for e-skate purposes. So here it is. I haven't had a new GoPro in at least 2.5 years. I have a GoPro Hero 4 that I still love and is working great, but I really want the Hypersmooth, especially for e-skating, and I want to put this to the test and see how it's going to work out. So I was able to get this for only $325 shipped. I took advantage of their trade-in program or the trade-up program. I had a GoPro Hero 2. It's a piece of crap nowadays, right? Just sitting around in the closet probably for the last 3 or 4 years. So that thing was as good as trash. So I turned it in, saved a few bucks, got the Hero Black. My first impression going from the 4 up to the 7 here is this actually feels a little bit heavier and more dense. I like that I don't need a case for it and that it's just going to clip right in. Although I did buy a couple different cases for it, let's take a look at what we're going to do today when I take the board out for a ride. So I've got a mount on the side of the helmet here. I wanted to get some first person. There really isn't much space right here on the front of the mouth. It's too round for it to mount, and that would just look a little bit obnoxious having it here. On the top, I considered it, but then you need to be, mindful of the visor opening and closing, and I didn't want to have it too high up. So this one I think is going to work out really good. And then when I put the attachment on here, like so, this is what it's going to look like. So now I have the GoPro, which will be on the side of me looking forward. What's cool about this is if I use super view, I'm actually going to be able to get a little bit of the TSG symbol and a little bit of the visor in it while I'm looking around. So I thought that'd be really cool for the point of view type of stuff. So I'm going to take both cameras out. We're going to get a few different angles, one obviously being from the side of the helmet here and kind of what I'm looking at. I probably will just shoot in 1080p and I'll try maybe a couple different settings, but I want to try super view at least a little bit so we can see how the side of the helmet looks as far as that shot's concerned. I also have over here, I have the wrist mount, which I have an extra piece of Velcro that I got from REI that I use for different things. So I was thinking I could put this around like my knee, either above the knee or right below it, above the calf, so we get something a little bit lower to the board. And I'll probably have to adjust the tilt of it because obviously if your knee is standing and you're bending and you're getting into carving, the camera will never be perfectly flat, but I'll probably be able to tilt that and adjust that in post-production. But that should give you a little bit more of vibration, something a little more standard, because up here the head, right, is very stabilized almost in itself. And then lastly, what I think I'm going to do is I'll take probably one of these other Velcro straps and put it right into the front part of the headlight of my board. Okay, so let me show you that really quick. Hold on. So if you look here, you can see there's my headlight. It's super huge and obnoxious, but it's beautiful, and it totally works during the nighttime when you want to ride 20 some odd miles an hour and actually have good spread on the road. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the camera in here and then just Velcro it around loosely just to see how good the actual Hypersmooth stabilization is, because this is going to be the crappiest ride it's ever going to get. It's just going to shake like a motherfucker, and obviously I have pneumatic tires here which should absorb some of the vibration versus polyurethane wheels. So I want to put it to the test and see how good the Hypersmooth comes out with that. I did notice just from walking around the house yesterday with the helmet on that the Hypersmooth was pretty nice for just walking around, but I think it's going to be good. It's really exciting. I'm hoping to get a lot more content with this. So initial tests begin now. All right, I'm all geared up. We're ready to rock. The camera's mounted on the helmet right here. This is the sock. Got the ski jacket on. It's 35 degrees out. I promise it's gonna be cold, but we're gonna get some good content. So let's finish up, take it outside, and let's get to riding. Bye, buddy. If I didn't mention, on the GoPro over here, I have the audio profile set to windy. So I'm interested to see how that actually cuts down on the wind as we're riding, because we all know that the windy noise just sounds like garbage when you're riding anyways. You might as well just dub in some music. So I want you to take a look as I'm riding. I go through this one neighborhood and they have those kind of like big speed bumps. They're like the really long ones, not an actual speed bump. How smooth it is when I go over that. How was it? I'm excited to see. Let's take this inside, let's chop it up, let's talk about it. Here we go. I just got back from the ride, so I'm going to talk about a couple points really quick, but the Hero 7, off to a great start, and I'm really impressed about how good it came out of the camera for Hypersmooth. And so on the side of the helmet was definitely the smoothest, as I was expecting it to be. No major issues. And there's also another clip where I'm like shooting up a hill. I hate riding up this road, even on pneumatics. It's super choppy. Like, I almost need to complain to the city, be like, come on, man, throw me some asphalt around here, okay? But when I put it on the knee, it actually was the most shaky and jerky, especially because the knee would hit and you have to lean in on little cracks and divots. But surprisingly, when I put the camera on the front of my board into like my headlight, I thought that was going to be the worst footage of all, and it actually handled it really good. Major cracks in the road, it kind of had a little jolt, but even going up and over those same speed bumps, it took pretty smooth. And even going down part of my streets and some of the other streets, I was actually very impressed of how well it took the vibration straight off of the board. And my knee was actually the worst one, so I probably won't ever be strapping a GoPro to my knee again anytime soon. Maybe I'll try like a chest mount next time with it like turned out to the side, or maybe I can get like a backpack clip or something like that to try that a little bit harder or higher up. But the helmet, by far the best. Super buttery smooth, beautiful. And so that wraps up this first test ride with the new GoPro Hero 7 Black in Hypersmooth. If you like what you're seeing, hit the subscribe button, hit like. I'm really trying to up my game here with my video production skills, building my channel. There's going to be a ton more videos of me riding, especially in Manhattan, in the streets, fast, cutting through traffic, all of that good stuff. Nothing dangerous, it's just my comfort level and my ability of riding within the city. So if you want to see more of that, stay subscribed because we're going to have more of that soon. I'm Acro Brandon, this is Life of Acro.